So morning everybody. Yeah, I have got my machine, but I've not charged it because I'm not very good with machines. So now, I'm just wondering if I should pull that door to, so we don't knock the clock off again. I'll just bring that. There we are. That should hopefully be okay. We'll just start with our feet. So just start by really tuning into the contact through the feet. And we're going to, I'll come a bit closer so the people at home can see. Just draw the toes in and stretch the toes out. Right. So draw the toes in, stretch the toes out, relax the shoulders and sink the hips. You want your weight in the first third of the foot and then sink the hips back and down. So nice and relaxed. Breathe. We'll have to stick the posters back, and one of the posters is coming off it. So notice the breath. Check out the feet. Sink back and down. And just wiggle the toes. Draw the toes in, stretch the toes out. Draw the toes in, stretch the toes out. Draw the toes in. Oh, watch out for the brick. Stretch the toes out. Pudding. Draw the toes in, stretch the toes out. Did they shut the road again?
Huh?
Did they shut the road?
Traffic was still
Traffic was horrendous, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Cost of that?
Yes.
No, it's much better. See, I knew it. I knew as soon as I moved into the school, we'd have more people because it's much quieter and they've got a lovely big kitchen. And I bought some proper, well, not proper coffee, it's still instant, but I bought some better coffee. I went to the supermarket. So at the moment what we're doing, we're drawing the toes in and stretching the toes out, just awake. And then just wiggle the toes again. And then just go forwards and up. And then slow descent. Forwards and up. And slow descent. And sink down. So you want to sink the hips forwards and up. Yeah, you can use the chair, it's a good idea. And slow descent. And one more time. And then what you can do is, I learned this, you can put one foot slightly forward and then you can go up on both toes. And then come down. 1, 2, and 3, and down, and then you transfer your weight, you step in, step out again, and then come up on the toes, down. So that's a brand new one. I'd not done that one before, so I thought, oh, I'll have that. 3. Fantastic, and then shake out.
It's a bit easier to balance as well with it.
Yeah, you do it like that, and you can do well, yeah. So have a play around with those tone things, because anything that wakes up the sensation of contact through the feet will work your ability to balance. So that's a good thing. Okay, so let's just get ourselves in our correct spot. You want to let go and sink, and just let gravity do its thing. So you're just sinking down. And then we're just going to transfer the weight. Transfer the weight. So I'm a little bit tired this morning. I had an absolutely wonderful time at Ely Folk Festival. But last night I actually got to sleep in an actual bed because Marion and Andy said, why don't I come and stay round theirs after Ely? And I was like, yippee! So it meant I didn't need to stay in a tent last night because I was going to come straight from the festival site over here at Ely, but I'm really glad I didn't. So I got poached eggs. So, poached eggs and beans for breakfast. It's luxurious, but intrigued. But very, very good. And there was a Tai Chi teacher there, so I went to one of his classes, and then I went to see the yoga lady. And we were doing the weight shift in Tai Chi, so I thought, oh good. So you just want to relax around here and really feel that weight. So what we're doing, we're just going to 60-40. So you have 50-50 in the middle, and then that's only a little bit more each side. Yeah, well, I had extra spongy bits under the tent because I went to the supermarket, because last year I didn't. And I work in the children's area, and I did a bit of so it wasn't quite as comfortable, even though I had extra bits, and I put a sleeping bag in between, and then my yoga mat on top, and then the other things, and then it was quite, but yeah, it's not the same as an actual bed. So, oh yeah, relax the shoulders more. So this bit, these bits here and here, you want to really imagine they're getting very, very soft. And then eventually the muscles follow the thought. So just think so. That's much better. So again, you want to have your hips in line. Hips in line. And we're all breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness me. We're almost in double figures now, aren't we? That's great. So, yeah, do tell your friends about this lovely class. Or make some friends and tell them about it. and then it's really good. Okay, and we go back to the middle. Now what we're going to do, I'll just show you that from the side, is we're going to go into the heel and into the ball of the foot. Where the ball of the foot and toes meet, and nice and relaxed. You want to really let go here, and the sinking is quite important. I was working on that this morning, because Mike was mentioning that we weren't sinking correctly last week in intermediates class, and I thought, oh okay, let's keep practicing then. So just gently breathe. When you're breathing, as well as doing the breathing, you're following it as it goes in and out, and that's quite a useful way of keeping your attention on what you're doing. It's quite natural, actually, to become a bit distracted. But then you'll use something like coming back to the breath or coming back to the feet, and then you'll get your attention back. It's quite a useful thing. Okay, and then what we're going to do is combine those, and we get the circle. I saw a lot of this in Ely Folk Festival. The first night they ran out of white wine as well. The pub on, I mean, it's an amazing amount of alcoholic beverage imbibement was going on in that place, so you saw quite a bit of this kind of. So you want to be really relaxed. But you don't have to have drunk a lot to be able to do this exercise. You can still do it without any of the drinking. And it saves you lots of money and you don't get the hangover, and you can just do this bit and it will work your balance. So I'd highly recommend.
They didn't run out of beer though.
No, and they didn't run out of gin either. There was a gin tent which seemed to be, it was very strange. All the people that were going to the yoga class, or a lot of people, would then go in the gin tent and practice their yoga. And I'd never seen the like. And they were like drinking gin and then doing yoga. I think the alcohol helped relax them, but
Gin and Tai Chi.
yes. Go away. Sorry, but I have to have my phone on so we can play the music, but then some random person phoning me. Sinking your hips, and we go around in the other direction. So, all things that wake up the feet and wake up your sensation in the feet are brilliant for. Okay, so we just have our chin tucked in as we sink our hips. And the other thing we've been doing is Nicola that sometimes comes on the Wednesday, but we do the Monday night. We've been doing Monday evenings in Nicola's garden, 5 o'clock till 6 on a Monday. She's just down there, it's great. She's in between Reach and Swaff and Fire. So that was fun. We had to all go in the kitchen because there was a big downpour. And then once it finished, we went back outside and did some more Tai Chi. Oh, it was really fun. Really fun. Okay, that's good. Right, now we've done that, let's just... So with this one, we were looking at it quite a lot last Wednesday, and then as a consequence, I've been doing it a bit more in my morning practice. And I've found it's very useful if you've been sleeping in a tent the night before to do a bit of this. So. Quite good. Oh, were you in the spots? Were you in the light spots?
Out of the sun.
Yeah, it gets quite hot if you go in those. Yeah, I wasn't sure how many people wanted chairs, so I had to guess. So we're just going to turn. I'll just show you that from the back view. So I've got my feet in the right place. I'm relaxing. I'm turning my waist. And we're all breathing. That's it. So it's sometimes better to do less things with more repetitions, rather than try and do a whole load of exercises. I mean, there's a few approaches to this art. One of my friends and also my self-defense teacher, he doesn't do Tai Chi, he does a lot of what they call external martial arts, but because of his knowledge of biomechanics, I don't know, and there's a lot of crossover, so I tend not to do these days, I tend not to distinguish too much. It's more like an approach. But they're very, whatever art you're doing, they're really paying attention to the feet and getting the body connected. But he's always saying, relax. And you're doing things like self-defense against things, or trying to kick someone, or trying, you know, and even in that one, you want to be relaxed, you want to be aware of how your body's moving, you want to know what your feet are doing. Turning the waist. So, yeah, I was, I played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to a baby at 2 AM that was crying a lot, so that was my good deed for the day. Well, I just wanted to sleep, so hang on a minute, I'll sort this. Did it work? It did. I mean, it got into more of a strop because obviously it wanted to be, but then once the singing, and then we both sang it because his mum's one of the performers, and then he quietened down, and then it was like a little bit, and then it was silence. So I was just like, but this was very, very useful exercise. So you want to try and practice it. Try and practice it at home. Now, Mike said he does it for about 20 minutes. When he does his morning practice, is much earlier than mine, because he'll get out of bed and meditate, and then he'll do his morning practice, and then he'll just do this for about 20 minutes. So I've managed it for 10, but I'm working towards doing it for 20. Just, if you do the same exercise over and over and over again, once you get over the initial, oh, why can't we just get on with it, kind of, you do, sometimes you go through those feelings, and it's perfectly natural, but once you kind of get over yourself and just go for it, interesting things happen, because we did this for ages on Wednesday night, and we were just consistently doing it wrong, because we weren't syncing properly, and it was quite, yeah. So you want the chin tucked in and the head floating. So so it kind of tucked in out of the way, and what that does, by changing the angle here, you get a nice stretch along the neck a bit. And that's the only problem with the YouTube, because I don't have the paid-for version of it. You get stupid adverts. And I'm never going to buy anything like that, because I've got better things to spend my money on, quite frankly. So I don't know, they don't really work with me. So we just relax around the jaw. How's that? That's lovely, that's much better. And then we just open the arms. But yeah, Ollie's approach, the similarities are relax, make what your feet do. But he tends to throw lots and lots and lots and lots of techniques to practice. So you kind of get almost overwhelmed. And then eventually we'll just do bounce through repetition. Now with bounce, just really relax the muscles, relax all the muscles, but feel this upward supportive feeling in your bones. So your bones are supporting you. They're supporting you. But I'm hoping to see him next Monday. Because he does a thing called savate, which is a French style of kickboxing that was developed in the late 1800s or something, and they do it as a competition. It's like one of the national sports in France, and it's very, very good for cardio and coordination. So just want to relax. And then just transfer your weight from side to side. That's it. I like these ones. These are also very good sort of post sleeping in the tent exercise. It's quite good. Or if you've been doing a lot of driving, if you do these ones in combination with the first loosening exercise that we've just done, and then we'll shake. So we shake, you really want to let go of the muscles. Just sinking here. And we go up, 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 up. And stretch. And relax. So just like all your muscles are getting like a massage or something like that. So you want to feel the connection through the whole of the body, and we go up, 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 stretch, and release. Marvellous. Let's do that again. I do like this one. A lot of the moves that Evika Scuba does have got an aspect of silliness to them that I really value. I think because because you feel more relaxed and you can feel all the connections in the body, and you just want to let the arms go, and then stop raising, and keeping the wobble, keeping the shaking going while you're raising up is quite tricky. And I'm definitely feeling more connected. Stretch up. And then relax. I'm definitely feeling more connected doing the bounce and the shake and the wobbling exercise, from which I've learnt with the Kuscubas, and I can feel like when I'm moving, I'm feeling a lot more like I'm connecting more through the whole of the body, because by doing these things you can tune up to all your whole body at once, and it's just a very useful thing. Have a little shake out. And yeah, we'll have tea at 11:30 again. So, very good. I put the kettle on now, and then what I'll do is when it gets to a convenient moment, I'll put it on maybe 5 minutes before tea. And then we'll but it's been on already. That's why I come early, so I can get all organised and get all the tea out. And all the I haven't got the cups out though, but you can't do everything. And any questions before we move on? Questions, comments, observations? No. Okay. Let's do the slow-mo version. I'm quite into. There was a lot of rushing around at Ely, and so I feel a bit like it's good to move a bit slowly after all the kind of Morris people and children running around with. quite good. The arts place, which I was part of the arts and activities for the children, they made kites all weekend out of tissue paper and an old blind with the sticks from the old blinds and sellotape and string, and then they drew on them, so they had all the different, and then they'd come out of the art place and then the children would be running holding their kite, flying them all up for the whole weekend. It was really lovely, it was delightful. So but it's just like got a feeling of with this, it's a bit like a bird. That's it. Okay, now this time we're going to turn so that we're pivoting around the elbows, but you want to keep your shoulders down and you're sinking the hips. That's still going on. If anything, I think this is a bit harder slower. What do you think? Well, it's different. It's different. We'll do this one slowly, and then we'll so keep breathing. And then try it a bit quicker, so just let it. Sink down. So what I'm doing is I'm transferring the weight and turning, and try and keep both feet flat on the floor if you can. And we're all breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, okay, have a little shake out. That's loads of backbone. Okay, we'll just carry on. Noticing and following the breath. Noticing the contact through the feet as well. So it's like eventually what you want to do is have this permanent gentle awareness of your feet. I think that's what's going on. And so you're noticing what they're doing, but in a kind of quiet way, so it's not, you're not spending the whole time thinking about your feet, but there's just this little kind of underneath constant awareness. And then you can, they're very useful things, feet. They've got lots of sensory receptors in, between 100 and 200,000 sensory receptors in the feet, which is a lot of very useful balance information for the brain. So that's why it's worth, tuning into them a bit. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we turn. Yeah, I've still got a few hundred copies left of my CDs. So There were quite a few different radio stations there, so I ended up have one of these. And wobbling. Okay, sure. 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just lift up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Marvellous. Let's just circle the hips up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bless you. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And in the other direction, very good. 1. It was a blackbird, wasn't it? 6, yeah. It's obviously annoyed about something, so it was 8. Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just shoulder. So when you sit down, and you open the hands, come up and over. Because there's a few bird sounds in there, and I think it's probably encouraging the birds out here. That's my friend Nick Penny, who does the healing music. And he was on the radio last week getting interviewed about his book all about the kingfishers. He's written a book about being... I'm gonna have to buy some copies of that, give them to people, but he's spent a year every day up and down this river, watching things and noticing what was going on, going into the woods. And yeah, it's great. It's really lovely. He was reading excerpts of it, and it was very, very nice. You know. But yeah, if his music's anything to go by, his book should be excellent. So you want to soften the arms, really soft, and relax. When you're going up, especially when you're going up, you want to get like someone pressing down on your shoulders and maybe giving them muscles a bit of a squeeze. So, and down, like that. Ooh, very nice. That's better, yeah. And okay, that's good. Let's go back to this one. Just practice. So we're turning the waist and we're sinking the hips and feeling the contact through the feet. Our knees are in line with the toes. So we'll just have a little look at the silk reading, and then, did we do 2 more moves last week of the Buds 1G? We did the first 6 moves.
Yeah.
With the, we did,
done 8, just
we've
on
not
6.
done 6, okay, yeah, we'll just do a little bit more on the silk reading, and then I'd like to take a slightly wider stance. Put your hand, you can either put it here on the waist, or you can put it here on the ingroin and groove, feeling the opening and closing of the hip joint. Both are fine. You start here, and you transfer your weight. You turn the waist, the hand goes down. You transfer your weight, you turn your waist, and the hand comes up. Keep breathing, don't you? That's good. So just nice and relaxed, and just feel the arms floating. So you want to allow your arms to just float around and feel it. So you're transferring the weight, turning the waist. That's fantastic. Okay, let's try the other side. Just 6 down, in. Open, down. Keep going. How to play the piano. And then you can do both arms. Well, somebody's found the floorboard. Yeah, I found the floorboard last week. It might be knees. It's not your knees, is it? No, okay, that's all right then. So that was almost very nearly very good. What's that? Is that dandelion? A big one, one of the big ones. Oh, it's on again. Yes. It's nice having a bit of a through breeze. I'll pull that door to a bit, and then we haven't got the gale that blew the clock on the wall. That was entertaining, wasn't it? So what we'll do is we'll backtrack. We'll do the bear. So don't go into a huge horse stance. Just be slightly wider than normal, just to give you a bit more room to move in. And you get your weight in the first third of the foot, and then sink your hips back and down. So then it kind of slots, the weight sort of slots into place. And then we hold the ball, and then this is the nice round shape. A nice round shape. You want to soften the thumbs, soften the hands, by opening, and then you transfer the weight and turn. We're breathing in that. This is called the bear. We'll just stick with this, the silk reading, and then we'll do the Buds 1G after tea. That might help. Tea break. So you transfer and turn. Okay, now turn the hands the other way round. You've got this. Now turn the waist, the hand swap. Transfer. Turn the waist, the hand swap. Wave hands like clouds. Although I don't think they call it wave hands like clouds in Chen style, but I know this is wave hands like clouds. Much better, everyone. So it starts from the middle and goes out. And it goes in at the bottom, out at the top. And then we'll go back, bring the feet in, we'll just go back to that loosening exercise. And see if that feels any... It seems to be easing off each time we do it. It seems to feel a bit more like what it ought to, somehow. It's, so I can sort of see where he's coming from when he says do this for 20 minutes each morning. And my friend Sam, who teaches in Chichester, he before he got all his family and stuff, and was a young sort of teenage person and 20-something, practising his Tai Chi every morning. He would start his practice at 6 in the morning, he would finish at 10, and then he'd teach.
Oh.
So he'd do 4 hours practice every day, and he'd go to seminars, and he'd go to China, and he'd go and train with all these amazing people. His Tai Chi is excellent. It's very, very, very good. It's just really, really connected because he worked. And there is something in, you know, if I had, the most I've practiced at one, that's it. The most I've practiced in one sort of thing, I think I got to about maybe 3 hours. When I was much younger, I'd do about 3 hours training every day. Sort of do a bit in the morning, a bit in the evening, and add up, and it's 3 hours. And you do feel pretty good on it, actually. Yeah. As long as you're not doing anything too strenuous, but you do feel, and you can really feel your body, and you can tune into it. It's very, very nice. Not everyone's got time, so maybe up it by a few. You get out what you put in, basically. But you don't want to overdo it, because then I know some people, there's one guy who does lots and lots and lots of training, and you just think, well, hang on a minute, you need to go and have some fun as well. You don't want to just, but have an experiment, like maybe do 10 or 5 minutes a day and see how you get on with that, and then you might want to do a bit more, or you might, it's good, it's good. So, yeah, silk reading number. We'll just do it not too. We won't do the great big horse stances that they do. The youngsters do. It's like this. She's been doing it like this, and then round. Down. We're all breathing. So one thing I really like about it is the bird song. You get a lot of bird song outside. It's quite nice with the windows open. You can really hear it. It's fantastic. So it comes like this, and then down. Oh, we're missing the one that walks the dog. What's
Rosalind.
Is it Rosalind?
She used to come to swap and
She
buy.
comes, yeah, she's, because I'm now getting, because of the Wednesday class, there's people that come on the Wednesday as well as this one, and then I think, oh, no, it's very confusing. There we go. I'll see if I can get my magic machine working.
Please.
Yeah. Okay, and then we'll... So you can see where the loosening comes in handy. When you're doing an exercise like this, then you can really get that movement in the waist. Brilliant. Okay, let's do that one that Eva does. Actually, we'll do a little bit of the... And then what you can do is you go like this. That's another one that they do. And that's quite good. Lower back. Watch your lower back. Also got your balance bit. So when you're doing this, you want to look just for that. You want to look ahead rather than down. So I'm looking ahead when I'm doing anything with the feet, and it works better. Yeah. So you wanna look ahead when you're doing something. So looking at finding an area on the wall that you can practice gazing through. Just if you have balances, you can put a hand on the wall, you see, and then you're practicing your gaze, because then if your spine is aligned correctly, that's better for your balance than if you're looking down to see that you've got feet. You know you've got feet because you're standing on them, and you don't need to check that they've not fallen off. And then that will work better, and then you're using your sensory receptors in the feet to tell you what the feet are doing, rather than looking down at them. So, yeah.
You want to pop the cutter on?
Yes. Catch time. Nice interjection. That was a very good example of timing. So, yeah, timing's a thing we use in Tai Chi actually. So that was nicely done. So, yeah. So eventually you go like this. So this is something we've been working on with Eva Kaskuba, and then she does this. So you want to place your foot, so avoid snatching the foot or throwing the foot. You place it, and then there's the turning of the waist. So we're just turning the waist, keep going, stupid adverts. So, okay, that's not bad. So remember, you transfer the weight, cat stance. Heel toe, transfer, cat stance. That's it. Heel toe, cat stance. Heel toe, cat stance. So we just do one arm. So you can we'll just do the legs, and then we go. Actually, it's probably better with two. Yeah, it's better with two. better. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? Right. Okay, let's do this one. Just breathe in. Breathe out. Oh, breathe in. Breathe out. Now it's the wind. I'll find what happened to the drawing pins. That's the hands, face and space poster, I think. Come up like this. And down. Hands, face and space, so it's blowing in now. Probably don't really need that anymore, but it's like so that's the other way. Lovely. Shake that. And then, yeah, 1 and 2 together. You get this nice circular movement. So, maybe during tea break I'll get the video out of Grandmaster Chen Xiao Wang doing the silk room. So like this. 1, turn the waist, 2, drop the hands, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's it. So stay upright, that's it, 3. So you're avoiding any kind of angular movements and you're cultivating uprightness when you're doing this. So if you're practicing this one at home, if you use a mirror, you'll be able to see whether you're straight up or at an angle, you see, and then eventually you'll be able to feel it. So have the hands on the same level, yeah. Point the fingers outwards, then you go down, and then that finger stay out, and then these kind of tuck in a bit. That's it. And then you go in the other direction. It's not a daddy line going. Relax the shoulders, point the fingers out to the side, outwards. Then it comes down. They're still pointing out, but then I'll scoop that hand in. Okay, I think it's tea time. Let's pause for tea. Tea time. Record it. We're starting up again. Come back. Let's do what we were doing earlier, and then we'll have a look at the 6 movements of the Bhagwan Jin. I think I'd rather we were more familiar with the 6. And then we'll add the last two on, and then that'll be better. Then I don't want us pushing ourselves today. Lovely. Okay, so we've got the kitchen club going on. So we'll just do this one. Dan, I'm sure they'll join us soon. Chatting in the kitchen. I do like this class. Great fun. It's just so easy going. So you want to sink the hips and feel the ground. So yeah, for those of you watching on Zoom, I had to rescue a third of a spider that was in the sink. Poor thing. And we're still moving a bit, and I thought, oh, you poor thing. That's kind of miserable. So it probably didn't want to spend its last days in the sink, so I popped it outside. So at least it's got a bit of fresh air while it passes. Poor little thing. I don't know if legs grow back or anything. Does anyone know? There is an animal that things do grow back. Is it a lizard or something? Gecko. Yeah, geckos.
Climb up the wall, yeah.
And a worm, don't worms, if they get bits chopped off, they can grow their bits back. That seems quite nice. Very clever little trick that, isn't it? And then we go on the other. So we were just looking at that, and you just want to relax the shoulders. We're just breathing. Nice. Okay. Just have a look at that. I'm just shutting the doors. I'll put the stuff away at the Okay, so the Bhagwan Gin. So you interlink the fingers, you come up, breathe in, breathe out. Just relax the shoulders. Interlock the fingers, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Bend the bow to shoot the arrow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Yeah, sound effects optional. Breathe out. Twang. Yeah. Breathe in. If that helps. Breathe out. And then twang. Breathe in. We'll try it out with real ones and some targets. Breathe out.
Stand with that apple on the head.
Yeah, no, we won't. No apples on heads, no. And then we. That's plenty on that one. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wise owl looks around. And one more time. Take a bigger start, slightly bigger. Bear wags its tail. Down. And then you look to the corner. A bit mildly fierce bear. It's like a mild, and it's just looking kind of a bit tough. And then go round, that's it. And just be aware of how you are moving. There's a more convoluted version of this, which is quite fun, but I've not physically learned it off anyone face to face, so I'm just doing this way that I learnt off Mark. And he originally learned this in Malaysia. Very cool. And then back to the middle. So he spent 10 years in Malaysia training traditionally. Pretty good. And then you come back. Okay, number 6, we'll do like this. So just breathe in. Nice and relaxed. Breathe out. And we're looking forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're doing this version, but we'll do Eva's version because I prefer it. Breathe out. Punching with a fierce gaze. Breathe out. This is a good one because you get a head turn in there. 3, 4. That'll do for me. And then we'll do the big version. So you fire out like this. 1, 2. It's very good, isn't it? 3, 4. And then you go out to the side like you're bursting out of a cake. 1, 2, not that I've ever burst out of a cake. 3, but I've seen it on film. 4. So there we are. Very good. So that's the first 6 movements of the Bud 1 tune. Okay, just for the last bit, let's just kick our feet again, just to kind of tune in the feet. And then we'll go back to that one, and then I'll do the clearing up. If anyone fancies helping me with washing up, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, lovely. Okay, shall we? Right, so any questions before we do the last bit? Let's do a couple of the Phoenix movements that are very good for balance. I'll just show that from the front and also from the back. So you do this with the arms. You do this with the arms. It's a bit like Wild Goose, except it's coming slightly forward as well when she does this. And then you transfer your weight, and then the foot comes back. And then don't worry. If your foot doesn't do that, just do that. See if you can. That's it. That's perfect. And then that. And there's a slight lean forward, and then you move the foot. Okay, that's enough of that. It's quite hard work now. And then we've got the Happy Phoenix. So you have the hands like that, and then you come up and back. But when you go up, you keep your shoulders down. So you keep the shoulders down. That's it. It's nice. Yeah, okay, we've got that. And then what happens is you kick your leg, like in the urchin. You remember that the urchin stretches his legs from the second 18 set. So that's going on. And then what you do is you combine them and you get Happy Phoenix. So you come in and then you come up. And if it helps, you say the word happy. Happy. Let's do one more. Happy. And then once more. Happy. It's really good. I really like that one. It's wonderful. It's another one that Ed Christina does.
So if you really shouting that, you don't want to hear it right there.
Yeah, it's very good. And I think because of the leg movements, it will tone this up a bit and help, and and it's good for balance, and also you feel quite happy. so
Sadly, I can stand on the front.
yeah. Well, and you can do it. You can do it like that as well. You can just go into cat stance if you don't want to lift the leg. So it's quite good. Okay, let's go back to the theme of the day, which was this really. Well, that and tea really, isn't it? It's all about. It's nice having Nick's music on. I play Nick's music a lot. It's very good. You just feel very relaxed when you hear him play his harp. He was playing an oundle in the Nature Reserve Cafe with his harp for the whole day or something. And then there's a church that he plays, Nick. Okay. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Keep breathing some more, very good. Oh, there's another dandelion thing. That's quite interesting. The class has been punctuated by sort of wildlife type stuff. So,
When I was a child, my mother used to call them sugar stealers, and I thought that they really were, so I used to take Cornwall and put it in the sugar bowl.
oh! One more time. It's all coming out now. Sugar stealers, I've never heard that before. And then we rub the hands together. And then rub the hands together again. and give them a nice rub. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. We'll just keep slowly but steadily plugging away at things, and then hopefully like next week we'll do the other 2 moves. That would be nice. So just breathe in. That's lovely, everyone. Really nice. And then make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, bring your feet together. Bow. Well done, that was lovely. So, yeah, great.
Thank you.
So we'll do the other 2 moves next week. That'll be good.
Have you got your technical thing for paying?
I've got my technical thing for paying.
It's working, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that technical to it. Great. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that.